Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. It is the iLeague Season 3 North American Qualifiers. We're here in the semifinal match between Not Today and Champions of Summer's Rift. That's right, this best-of-3 series might be coming to a close here in just a moment, as Not Today, well, they're looking not so great as they are down 0-1 here in this series to Summer's Rift. Summer's Rift not having the best game either, but on the back of Brax's Templar Assassin, they're able to take the game over a hotly contested Not Today team. Of course, Ban and that Spectre role and Smash playing his good old Storm Spirit, but it just wasn't reliable enough. A lot of mistakes coming up from both sides, but Not Today seemed to make the greater number of mistakes in that game. And with that being said, they've got to get in here. They've got to have a solid draft. They have to win this game to move on to Game 3, force that third game, and see if they can get to, of course, the grand finals to play up against Team Tinker. We'll find out who makes it there, but today we're joined here on Beyond the Summit by me, Maut, and of course Tralf as well. Tralf, how you feeling after that wacky, wonky first game?
Man, I think that everyone needs to forget about that game. Both the players, especially Not Today, the viewers, and us casters, just will forget about that game and move on.
Didn't happen.
That never happened. There you go, exactly. Remaining. What game? All right. So game 2.
5 seconds.
Not
remaining.
Today. It's so funny how many puns you can come up with that team name. They look
Reserve
not so
time.
great.
Dude, I don't even try. It just kind of happens. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, that's easy.
I know.
Pick.
I mean, even the literal, like, oh, not today will they come away with a win.
It's just, it's too easy, man.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that their name, which I don't believe has been taken from Game of Thrones directly, but like nobody's ever really like, you know, made that reference. I think maybe at the beginning of their roster, someone was like, what did we say to the God of Death? And everyone's like, oh, God, we know already. We've seen this show. God. But I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones or not, but just something.
No,
like
I don't actually.
Wow,
I'm
might
a bad
be the
person.
first person I've met that has not seen that show.
Yeah, I think the only show I've watched consistently in the last few years was like 5 years honestly. It was I watched a ton of Scrubs in college.
Okay.
I watched
5 seconds remaining.
Breaking Bad and like everyone. And there was one more. Oh, the Arrested Development. That's like all I've ever watched as far as like series.
I won't say that. Well, let's go on a quick tangent here. I won't say that Game of Thrones is the best show I've ever watched. Definitely Breaking Bad and The Wire are both up there for me as the top series of all time that I've ever watched, and The Sopranos as well.
Remaining.
But it's very good. I highly recommend it. I'm sure many people recommended it to you, so I'm not going to beat the dead horse. But all right, back into the draft. Morphling for Not Today. Juggernaut picked up for Champions of Summer's Rift. More than likely a safe lane Morphling. Brewmaster off lane for Not Today, which they've done before, and then Sniper mid lane. For Champions of Summer's Rift, we don't know if the Zeus is going mid or is in a support role, but other than that, there's no real questions to ask. I mean, we kind of know where both drafts are going from here, I should say.
I think actually Not Today has a little bit of flexibility as far as what they want to do, because I was thinking something instinctively different.
No.
I was thinking like they could go more off with Brewmaster mid and safe lane Sniper. That's a possibility. So they have a lot of different things that they could do. And we also don't know yet if it's going to be a support Zeus or not. I think it's going to be a support Zeus because, one, I think that they run more support Zeus than not. Not the team, but more than they don't. I know it's hard sometimes, but I also think it works really well with Earthshaker because they both have really long-range nuke spam ability. So I suspect it would be support. It also is one of the best scaling supports in the game. Like, it's always going to be useful no matter how much farm you have as long as you have that ultimate up. Like, you can have 15,000 net worth, you can have 5,000 net worth, but that ult's still going to be the same in the sense that it gives you vision of their team, cancels their blinks, and it breaks, well, it doesn't break smokes, but it reveals them, so to speak.
As long as you're perceptive enough, and it's such a good ability, honestly. And I'm glad that Zeus is seeing play now because for a long time he was picked occasionally, but Night Stalker is going to be the last pickup for Summer's Rift, and we still don't really know where the Zeus or Night Stalker are heading because both of these can be played as 4-position heroes. I'm imagining it's, I don't know, actually. What do you think? Night Stalker or Zeus mid? Or just something completely different?
Well, I would say that Night Stalker would be support, but a triple melee lane? They have 4 melee heroes now, so that doesn't seem like it to me. What my guess is, like,
10 seconds remaining.
Like a mid centaur? They'll go like Night Stalker off with Earthshaker blocking the lane, and then Earthshaker roaming around with Zeus's support for Juggernaut, and then like Centaur mid. It could also just be Night Stalker mid. and it could just be standard lanes like Centaur off,
Yeah.
Zeus Earthshaker supporting, Night Stalker mid. We'll see here in a second who's playing what, and yeah, it is going to be the Centaur off, I presume.
Yeah, I would imagine. If we saw a Centaur mid, I'd flip out. But
Brax on the Zeus. Maybe they'll do some swap-aroos, but as it stands right now, it will be a Zeus mid, and then all sorts of melee heroes in the mix. So weird draft here coming out from Summer's Rift.
this is. I hope that we get to see some cloudy stuff like we saw in the first game. I know we said to forget that. It's so hard to forget that game, though, man. It's just.
I forgot what game. I forgot about it.
No, I'm not letting you forget, man. That game was amazing. For all of its quirks and craziness, that game was one of the most fun things I've enjoyed. That double kill from
Prepare
Brax.
for battle.
That was funny.
This is glorious.
All right, I will remember that, but I'll just jettison the rest.
Dakota's in chat. Dakota, make that a BTS moment, please. All right, thanks. See you later. All right, here we go. We're into the game. Summer's Rift versus Not Today. Also, shout out to Dakota for playing GTA 5. Great game. Top lane, it looks like it is going to be safe lane Slaughter. Ifrit's going to be heading mid. So we've seen this before where Ifrit and Smash will kind of pass off the 2 and the 3 role. Smash, he almost solely does this when he has a Brewmaster, especially because he just goes offlane so well with it. You always think of Smash SP Passer, and Demon is going to throw up this Observer Ward and Voids, but he does get away. So we almost think of Smash SP Passer as that 2 position, that mid, the mid god, if you will. But Ifrit is often thought of as well. If you look at his play, he's a very good 2-position player, honestly. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Not Today fans know. They know very well that he can play that 2-position. But the rest of maybe the North American region and just Dota fans in general don't know that Ifrit he's pretty good in that 2 spot. So I'm excited to see what they do here.
Yep, they actually spotted out the wards here blocking this camp. Do they have sentries, though? I don't think they do. And they didn't have the Oh, actually, hold that thought. There's a big scuffle here from the top lane. Stun coming out onto Bugatti. There's another stun coming out from Van. But tons of damage here coming out from Brax. Stinger, he hasn't leveled up an ability yet. I think he might have to. He's going to have a lot of damage from the waveform nuke. I'm surprised he didn't go forward for extra auto attacks onto Brax. I think he would have got that kill. Plays it safe, but it might not be safe, actually, because Demon's pumping in auto attacks with those boots.
He just needs one void, but he's way out of mana. And Stinger might live. He's going to try to juke through the trees. He eats his way through. We're going to see this without any single person dying. Unless Misko stays a bit too long.
No, Demon could die. They can kite this and stun him again with the waveform.
Oh, he's got that waveform. Demon's not expecting it. There's the Earth Spike. The waveform's about to come through. No, he got the clarity canceled. Oh, no, that could have been first blood. There is carnage, but no blood is spilt here at 42 seconds into the game. One of the most crazy engagements I've seen at the top rune spot, but nothing comes of it.
I mean, I think I could have seen that they played about 50% better. He could have just kited him around for half a second more for that clarity to come up, or he could have just popped a second one immediately, waveformed and got the kill. He could have also waveformed forward onto Brax and pumped him with auto attacks. Remember, you can't auto attack through waveform, so it's almost like a double attack.
Yeah.
They were just playing way too scared. I think they could have easily taken one hero, maybe even 2. Did they get any runes? Let's check it out. They split the bounty runes.
Yeah.
So 1 for Juggernaut, 1 for the Slardar.
Yep. So far, despite a lot of auto attack damage and ability damage being exchanged, there's nothing too crazy. Maybe some heroes have to waste some regen. Maybe they have to head home, which I think was the case for Stinger. He actually, I think, went all the way back and he's going to head back in towards the lane. And so it is a support morph, by the way, which is something I don't know if we touched on. Bugatti kind of jukes Van. Misko is going to look for an Earth Spike. Nice stomp comes through. Earth Spike does connect.
Earthshaker's dead.
Yeah, Earthshaker will go down in the river area near that bottom rune spot. So he's too busy watching top lane. God damn it. Meanwhile, there's going to be the stun. This should be a waveform kill for Stinger, and it will be. He's going to go down to Van. Okay. Demon comes in a bit too late, throws up the board. The Fisher onto 3. Is Stinger dead? Slithering Crush nicely actually stops them, and Demon taking a lot of damage. Waveform, not enough mana for it. Earth Spike comes in. Can they get this kill? Misko getting low. They get a double kill for Van. And now Hero Whitebeard going in wants too much. He's going to take too much damage. No Slithering Crush. The Fisher comes through. He does pick up the line with the Fisher. Oh my lord, what is happening in this top lane? It's just as crazy as the first.
Oh, and here comes Zeus. So the old level 3 gank from your mid support or your mid Zeus.
Unbelievable.
He actually, what the hell? He doesn't have any points into lightning bolts, or he put 2 into his. It misses the proc onto the morphling. He's still trying to pursue. He's not going to get this kill. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I have to say it.
Is under attack.
I can't handle this.
This game, man.
These teams. Oh, well, Tralf, it's just, it's one of those days of Dota, I guess. Or just some crazy stuff happens. I don't know what else to say.
This is so weird.
This is classic both teams.
I mean, I guess Zeus really wants that extra damage from the level 2 Arc Lightning, but normally we see that at level 5. And Morphling, he's gonna, I think, deny himself on purpose. I didn't really see that.
Yeah, I must. He bought out. I think he got a stick. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Who knows what's happening in this game of Dota? Chat, if you want to commentate for me, that'd be great.
We also have Smash, who's actually leading over CS from Banana Slam jamming here in the bottom lane. So with that first blood, it really helped him. That was a weird thing. I know you were looking somewhere else, but Smash was trading auto attacks, but critting at the same time with Earthshaker. Speaking of, he's actually going to find Smash again, who does sting level 5, so that Thunderclap is going to do a lot of damage. The thing about Brewmaster is you cannot trade auto attacks with him when you're a lowly support, because not only is that nuke really huge, but it slows your attack speed by a ton. He also had a really early orb venom, so he did a ton of damage and slow with that. So it was a really easy first blood for Smash. Now he's up to 19 CS. That's right there with the one position juggernaut.
Is he gonna get this
pick up
DD? Oh my god. What a start for Smash. And that early point in Drunken Brawler too, that crit, that's another thing that you can't really exchange as a support, or even just a core really in lane. Like, you can't fight because of that crit, the Drunken Brawler, the missed chance, obviously, and then, like you talked about, the clap. And if Smash is able to get a clap and BSJ does not, time his Blade Fury properly, maybe Smash just right-clicks him to death with his double damage rune. The same could be said for Whitebeard. Like, if he gets caught, he might be in trouble. Smash is like, he's begging them. He's like, please, come towards me, hero. Please, I want to kill you. So, and the fact that Smash is about 6, well, meanwhile, top lane, I thought there might be something happening. He does get the kill on Misko, who goes a bit too far up. But, anyways.
Wow, and that's I can't believe Night Stalker is only level 2 right now as well. I'd figure he'd be like 3.5 or maybe even 4 if he's lucky, but with that one death and just the nature of a weird double melee lane, hasn't been able to get too much experience here. But does get that kill, so that's really good for him. Lion's going to have to make the old walk of shame to the bottom lane.
He'll get there eventually. At least he's got boots. God, if he didn't have boots, this would take years. But he'll make his way down there.
Smash is almost level 6.
Smash is just he's gonna start running at people pretty soon. Blade Fury's gonna come in. They have a TP rotation coming from the Night Stalker. Nice Fisher block. He doesn't have 6. This is the perfect time to get this kill. He pops the DD too, and he's gonna fall. Oh, that's such a big kill for Summer's Rift. Nicely played, and Misko was not there in time to help out with an Earth Spike. Great rotation from Demon to get there in time to help out.
That was just a little way too aggressive from Smash. He had no vision of the Earthshaker. He didn't have vision of Night Stalker because he was off the map. But nice rotation from Demon as well. He's actually going to stand right on top of a ward, so the sniper knows what's up. But since it's hit nighttime, Demon's done a pretty good job about making his rotations.
Oh, the hex up. BSJ, the Zeus ult's gonna fly through the Earth Spike, the clap, and BSJ is gonna fall. Zeus ult connects onto Ifrit. He's gonna try to TP out Demon, looking for the void. He's gonna find it, the lightning bolt. They get it just in time. Ifrit couldn't get home, and he's gonna go down. Demon taking some right-click damage as well as the shrapnel. Look at these creeps going to work. Demon dies to the creeps. Demon dies to the creeps. Oh my god.
I'm out of words, man. Just take over. Just take it all.
Well, folks, I think that's it. That's the end of Dota, man. We're done. Let's just leave. This game's more than ridiculous. 34-4 for Smash. Luckily, doing pretty well. Smash is playing solid Dota. He maybe made a couple of mistakes, but everywhere else on the map is just Clown Town. The Clown Shoes have been tied up. They're put on. Misko and Smash down bottom. Maybe looking for another kill on BSJ. Maybe they could find this. And Whitebeard's going to rotate in. Demon, buddy. Not the best series for you, huh? Oh, my lord. He's going to wrap around, though.
If they bait out a spin here, or if they also find the Earthshaker.
Ifrit is dead mid lane. Maybe. Yes. Brax is also probably dead. Demon's going to stick around. Actually force them to cancel TBs because they don't go. They don't go. Instead, they want to go bottom instead. BSJ is going to Blade Fury. And they canceled both TPs, and I don't think there was any stun or disable that canceled them. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
There was.
Okay.
Earthshaker canceled with
Okay.
the stun on the smashes, but Mystico canceled his on its own.
Meanwhile, Zeusol comes in. They're going to find Misko as well. Bottom lane, BSJ gets hexed up. He doesn't have his Omni Slash. No, he does. He has just enough mana. There's the split. Misko's low, but not dead yet. Can they finish him off? This Cyclone is up in the air forever. Misko's going to walk away home, and he's going to get fine. BSJ's going to blade through. He's going to try to stay alive. The shrapnel coming through. Really wants to live through this, and it looks like he will. The Assassinate isn't going to be enough. Just 3 HP and 2 HP
God.
after the Assassinate. 2 freaking HP
Dire's
with that
middle
1
tower
point
is under
stats.
attack.
He lives. He lives.
Oh my god. Today is not today's day. It's awful. It's not only are things going weirdly, but that's so lucky for him. Yeah, I guess that stats point really did save him, huh?
I can't believe it. We're not watching Dota anymore, man.
We're really not. Top lane, Brax is running over. He misses the lightning bolt, actually. Stun pushes him back into the tower range. Auto attacks from the tower with that negative armor as well. And Van gets an easy kill. What the? Such a weird game.
I think about 90% of these kills have been what I would call crazy. Either way, 9 minutes into the game, I don't want to focus on the craziness too much of the game. We do have to see who comes. I mean, there's a lot at stake here. Let's be honest.
There really is.
Not today. They've got to come out on top. Morphling will deny himself again. I think again on purpose. He buys almost a full set of Tranquils. He still needs the Ring of Protection, but that's fine. So,
You know what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You know, one gripe I have with the system of Dota 2 is like when you deny yourself, it counts as a kill for the other team.
Yeah.
So I don't like that because it kind of, as a spectator or viewer, it kind of skews, you know, what you're thinking of who's in the lead and things like that.
Yep.
For instance, if you have a Pudge, it really looks like the other team is vastly in the lead, or if there's a Techies on the team, it looks like you have a ton of kills when you really don't.
Exactly. And that's something that I imagine, it's just another one of those bug fixes that the Dota 2 team has to kind of work on. But there's just so much. There's a backlog of things. There's been this list of like bugs in the dev forums for, I think it's been on the dev forums for a long time, just things they need to fix, and they just kind of haven't gotten around to a lot of them. They fix a lot of them with some house cleaning updates, but I'll hold that thought as Bryce is going to get shrapnel. Looks like he will be okay. He's going to get stampeded away. That stampede saved his life. He gets Earth Spike there. He's dead, I'm pretty sure. Instead, he's going to turn it to Ifrit, but won't really do enough damage. Down bottom, Adaptive Strike onto BSJ, but nice Fisher block coming out to make sure they don't really secure a Thunderclap and maybe a stun from a Boulder Toss, but...
Okay. Some nice defensive plays from Summer's Rift. Really nice job by Bugatti. Miracle Chipmunk. And then the nice Fisser to block there down bottom from Whitebeard. And Banana Slam Jam is going to go for the treads on the Juggernaut. Very different than what we see normally happen. I think people prefer the face simply because it gives you that burst of movement speed to get into range for your Omni Slash, which is even more difficult now because they have reduced the range to, what, 450, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a little strange that he did go for the treads. This is more of a man-fighting build in the mid-game. So you're going to attack faster, you're going to actually farm faster a little bit with it, but your mobility suffers, and we'll see if that comes into play against Not Today.
I mean, it's a very interesting choice. I guess if you're going right-click, which, I mean, that's fine, but... Now, what do you build next if you have these treads? Do you still go Mom?
Still Mom.
Yeah,
Mom is the item for Jug.
Okay.
It's hard to not get any kind of item build without having that Mom in there in the center of it all. It's just way too good to have with those extra auto attacks in your ulti, but I mean after that, like I said, his damage outside of this will help with his damage outside of an Omni Slash, but again his mobility will greatly suffer from this.
Smash is more than enough for a Blink Dagger, and I imagine he will buy one pretty soon. They're going to try to put pressure on the tier 1 tower. I think it's going to be defended. Same can be said for top lane, though, as Bugatti's nearby with Demon, but they really don't have tower pressure ability, at least not with another hero there. BSJ and Whitebeard are going to walk bottom. Whitebeard stunned forever. That is not quite the 4.25 second stun we were used to, but Smash is going to split, forced to use it. He's going to try to turn on to BSJ. He actually just wants to finish his tower off, and he looks like he will get it. He's going to Windwalk, look for Demon, maybe try to Cyclone him. He's going in deep. He's going to finally get his Earth Panda out of there. He'll throw up the Boulder Toss quickly, but... Okay, nice Cyclone, nice Boulder Toss. Smash should survive. Go buy your Blink Dagger. Oh, no, go buy your Blink Dagger. Oh, the Adaptive Strike from Stinger might have saved that Blink purchase, which, by the way, Van purchased one right at the same time. So Not Today getting their big blinks, their big items coming through.
Yep, they were able to get a kill on the Centaur up top as well. So nice kill there from Ifrit. And nice tower secure there from Smash, so he used the ulti right before the silence came out. Oh, there's an ulti coming out from the Zeus.
Van jumps in, Finger comes through, and that's an assassinate as well. Oh my god. That's a lot of hate.
And things are looking a lot better here for now. So again, as we see 8 to 8, 2 of those were denies, I think, from the Morphling on himself. But if I look at the graph, I would expect something like a 3,000-ish lead, 2,500 maybe.
You're correct. In
Okay,
that
nice.
statement. It's right about 3,000. Good call. 1,000
I
experience.
swear I didn't look.
I believe you. Yeah.
I could just look at it and be like, oh yeah, I'm expecting a 3,000 lead.
I give you the benefit of the doubt, man. But no, that's
They also-
about it. It's looking good.
They're also going to have a fast Roshan ability with Slardar. That's one of the best things about this hero, especially on Dire. So,
And
Look forward to that.
they have the stun duration too now, man. It's level 4 adaptive strike. He's got that strength up to 49, 24 agility. So he has some right click, although it's about 45. You don't want to go full strength.
that's what I was going to say about this Jug build as far as treads over phase. I don't really like it because... Oh, hold that thought. Is they're going to put some damage on to smash the... Oh, kind of a late Fisher stun. Blocking him off, but I don't think they could get the jump from the Juggernaut over there anyway. And even if they do, I don't know if they get the kill.
Lightning Bolt. Demon. Throwing up those Arc Lightnings. Van's going to take a Void and a Silence. Stinger's going to throw up the adaptive strike, which stuns him for a year and a half. But everybody's TPing in. They're close to that mid. They're close to Roshan, and the only person not there right now is Banana Sun Jamma. Everyone else now starting to
Dire's
back off.
bottom
Demon
tower is
realizing
under
that
attack.
he's got darkness soon, but also the end of nighttime's coming in. And it looks like you said, Roche ability, and they even have a double damage in Slaughter, but because there's so
Dire's
much vision
bottom
around the
tower
Roche
is
pit and
under
there's no
attack.
real pickoffs, this is going to be tough. Maybe if they can get this kill on BSJ, which they have this blink now, BSJ has to be very careful. They're going to jump in, they will Slither Crush, they're going to get the amplified damage, and this should be a sheer kill. And now maybe they can position the Roshan. Demon's even going to pop the Darkness to try to get the hell out of here. But if he tries to TP, he is going to die. There's going to be a Cyclone, and he is doing a nice job juking, but Stampede comes through, the Air Spike, the Boulder Toss, the right click, and that is a dead Demon. As Zeus Ult comes out doing some damage to mid lane, they're going to find Stinger. They actually get the kill onto Sniper Ifrit. Stinger in some trouble. He's going to wait for him. Fisher actually misses because of it. Could replicate and maybe try to get out of there, but turns into a 2-for-1, which isn't too bad coming out for Summer's Rift, but not today get the better target in BSJ. That's probably the most important thing.
I think that Nog today's late game is way better, though. I know they have a Zeus, which is a powerhouse in the late game, but they have potentially 4 cores on the side of Nog, and then a Lion, which is one of the best scaling supports in the game, with that instant Hex. And I was going to outline a little bit more when we had some downtime, it looks like we do now, why I don't really like this Jug treads, because, like I was saying, the reason why you go treads maybe on a Jug, as opposed to phase boots, is it gives you more damage with right-click outside of your ultimate. It does help with your ultimate too, because it gives you a little bit of attack speed. But namely, it's going to help you hit auto-attack better outside of your ultimate. But I don't see him auto-attack fighting in these team fights without his ultimate, because there's just too many stuns. There's the Drunken Haze working against him. There's the Adaptive Strike, which is going to come up basically every 10 seconds. There's just too many things going against him. The only way he can build this now is he has to get a fast BKB.
Yeah.
He has to build a fast BKB whether he wants to or not. Otherwise, he's just not going to... Without his Omni Slash, he's going to be kind of useless.
And not only BKB, but he might need to get that MKB as well. Drunken Haze and Drunken Brawler are no joke. Just something to keep in mind. I imagine he'll get BKB, maybe like an SMY at some point, but
Yes.
he will need some True Strike, I think, at some point in time. But they can't worry about that now. They have to worry about the fact that Roche is being taken, which I don't think they know. They're all missing from the map from not today. They know now that Fisher's in there, but I don't think they can test this. It's already too low. Braxton maybe try to do so, but they're not low enough to go down from it. This is going to be a nice Roche, a nice Aegis for Van. Not today. They're doing all the right things to get back towards that game number 3 here. I mean, this is a very big game, a very critical game for them. And Ifrit, Smash are doing the majority of the grunt work. Van with that Blink Dagger starting to get up there as well as going towards that BKB, I would imagine. And there's a lot for BSJ to shoulder. It's not like Brax is going in like he was with the TA previous game. He's kind of just sitting back. He's doing what he's supposed to, but nothing crazy. He's just getting a Bloodstone, I guess.
I also think it's very important, as I just see Smoke and an Ogre Club picked up by Smash. I also think it's really important that they get their BKBs too.
Yes.
And it's really not out of the question for these heroes to buy them anyway. Like, these are normally heroes that buy them regardless of what the matchup is. Demon could be in some trouble. There's an ultimate coming out. Very nice stun coming out from Smash as well. The sniper ult is secure, but it doesn't even matter. Van gets the killing spree with the last hit. Nice impulsive play right there. You saw how quick they were on their feet. It was still a nice attempt there from Bugatti with the Centaur ulti, but just not enough.
I'm surprised they went up that hill without really any vision at all. There's no dire vision here at the bottom root spot except for here, which doesn't give them the most. So, like you said, well played. Quick thinking from both Slaughter as well as Smash out the Brewmaster. That provides them a nice kill. Demon's not the biggest target. In fact, he's the lowest net worth in the game, but not by much. But he's still a kill, and the kill's a kill. Juggernaut will pick up his Yasha, so no early BKB yet for BSJ. I imagine he gets maybe his first item, whether that's a Mentor or an SNY. Probably an SNY, into that BKB. I'd be very surprised to see any other build coming out from BSJ.
They really want to kill this Lion. Oh, Mystico just used actually all of his... Yeah, he was dead. Nicely played by Brax.
Lightning Bolt, Arc Lightning, Zeus ult comes in. Nice kill. Pretty squishy hero, that line. And that's actually very important because the line is... I think he's very close to that Blink Dagger. He might have been up to that like 2,000 gold mark. He's back there now, but then we'll have 3 Blinks to the side of Not Today. And at that point, oh my, that's something else.
Very aggressive ward coming out here in the mid. There's a blink forward from Van. He still has an Aegis. Puts on the damage onto Hero.
Assassinated, about to fly. Van with the right click. This will secure the kill. They'll turn off of him. Van might lose his Aegis. Stays alive. The Stampede going through. Demon has to hightail it out of there. We'll make it out in time. Replicate comes through. Stinger as well, but he's out of mana. He can't adapt to Strike or wait for him. Now Van jumping in, just trying to get vision. There is going to be the double edge to secure the Aegis kill, but that's just the Aegis. Adaptive Strike onto Brax, down for about 4 seconds now. Finally, the stun will dissipate. Bugatti looking to fight. Meanwhile, Cyclone on a BSJ. BSJ now stunned up, I think, from a boulder toss. Smash blinks and TP's out. Will make it away. Turns into another 2 for nothing on the side of Not Today. And they might just keep going. BSJ has to be careful. Summer's Rift not in the best position now. Is Not Today continue to get favorable trades and accrue a lead. It's very tough for Summer's Rift to try to fight into this.
I think it's ridiculous that even one shrapnel, you get 3 charges of it, kills off a whole creep wave. Doesn't that seem silly to you? He's not even standing there. He just throws a shrapnel and runs away, and the whole creep wave dies. And it doesn't even die slowly. It dies very quickly. And dude, it's going to be a Midas instead of a Blink on the Mystico. All right. I thought I'd seen it all, and I said that last game, but I've definitely seen it all now. That's just kidding. I've seen this before.
We've seen Midas, yeah, we've seen Midas lines before, but it's the time that really bothers me. Smash is gonna get caught out. Omnislash as well. Can they get this kill? The Zeus ult will secure it. Finally, Summer's Rift gets something to cheer about. And going back to what you were saying about Sniper, there's a lot of things that I think are over Sniper. The creep clearing thing a little bit, but there's more to worry about with that hero. Bugatti's gonna jump in Misco. Doesn't even get to use his Midas before dying. The Stampede's gonna go through as well. Ifrit's like, dear God, somebody help me. Lightning Bolt, and that's actually 3 quick kills for Summer's Rift that are very important. And that gives them about a 1,000 net worth change in their favor. And on top of that, they're going to secure this tier 1 tower. They're going to get more farm for BSJ. That's actually very, very big for Summer's Rift. That might be what they needed to start getting this game in their favor. And they're looking for more, man. They're not done. Van's going to get jumped on as well. And Van is actually dead. The Fisher comes out to stomp the double edge. The Blink Dagger's coming through. Smash jumps in. Clap was up, but he actually got lightning bolted. He's going to have to back up to the tower, TP away from Demon. He'll make it. No! No way for him. Adaptive Strike. Demon is going to get split on, and it looks like Demon should fall here. It's going to stick up action. Hello? Demon! Get Demon! Go kill Demon! Why are you not killing him? Alright, finally we'll Cyclone him up. He actually is regenerating fairly well. Boulder Toss. Fisher is going to be just a bit too late. They finally killed Demon. Now Whitebeard's going to try to head out of here. He's going to get jumped on with the clap, and they're going to turn it into a 2 for 1, it looks like, after that Van kill. So a bit sloppy at the end there from Summer's Rift, but nonetheless, they will survive. They get Banana Slim Jam as Manta, and they get the tier 1 tower.
I'm wondering if this Midas is going to bite them in the ass, actually, from this Lion. I feel like they could have just had this extreme new wave of aggression with all their heroes having Blink, BKBs coming up, but it's going to be delayed a little bit. That silence could play a huge factor, which is why I was saying, the silence from Night Stalker, I mean, which is why I was saying that this BKBs are going to be really important for Not. So they're coming out slowly. Smash will have his in about 1,300 gold. Van has his in about 900 or so. I think once they get that, that's going to be their new wave. It was a really nice bounce back from Summoner's Rift, and I bet it's close to even. Yeah, it's actually dead even on gold, and actually experience is in their favor, about 2,000. Banana Slam Gemma, he sensed some aggression, picked up a freshly purchased Mantis Style, which is still very, very good. I still think that he needs a BKB here. Possible stun coming out from him. He has no TP. Could be dead here.
A lot of trouble. They are corralling him. They missed the stop, actually. They do get the adaptive strike off, but I think BSJ's dead. Maybe, no, the stop comes through. BSJ's gonna live. The Fisher, he doesn't have mana for Omni Slash. They're looking for the kill. They can't find it. The reinitiation, Van about to fall. The TP, he will get out. Smash will not be so lucky. And they actually did get BSJ in the end. I'm not sure with what. I think it was Ifrit coming through with a right click, and now maybe it was Misko with the finger? Yes, it was.
Yeah, long range finger.
Long range finger, the longest range finger, in fact. He doesn't need that blink dagger. Turns it to a 1-for-1. I thought BSJ was going to live there for sure, but they got in there in time and they got the kill. Brax is maybe in trouble. Van almost able to blink it, but actually the static field and now coming through. They will get that Slithering Crush, and he has to deny himself. He even threw up the Veil, but wasn't able to get the kill. Misko now getting run at by Demon. Demon is 100% alone. And Misko is going to just barely die to the freaking Urn Charge. Again, some crazy stuff happening in this game.
I don't think that death is worth it for Demon, but at the very least, you can say space created because they did take the bottom tower. That was just a really weird play by Van, actually, in the bottom engagement. He totally missed his stun. I mean, there was nowhere that Jug was going. They had multiple ways to keep him in a place to even set up the stun. Perhaps even his own blink could have set it up, but like just kind of juked himself, or at the very least, BSJ juked him by spinning, running upwards towards the right camp and missed the stun, and as a result, it took him way too long to get the kill, and if Mystical wasn't there with that lucky long-range finger, they don't even get the kill, as you were mentioning. So, Summer's Rift has definitely bounced back in this, in terms, especially in experience. Look at the Zeus, almost level 16.
That's huge for them, and he's going to provide a lot of that damage in the mid-game. And on top of that, that net worth graph is even. It's at 0 now. I mean, 3,000 net worth lead is not the most to talk about, but it felt like Not Today we're doing a lot better than that. And experience, like you mentioned, Summer's Rift actually have a lead, almost about 3,000. So Not Today kind of have to get it together here. Ifrit is going to be, I think, the biggest thing for them. He has this SNY. He's got a Mithril Hyper, which I imagine will transition into a BKB, but he might go Maelstrom. We'll see. There's a couple of options, obviously. Roche is not up yet for another minute and a half, 2 minutes or so. They'll adapt to Strike and Illusion and kill it aggressively. All right.
Yeah, I like this build too from the Zeus. The fast Bloodstone, but the Veil especially. Like, I don't know if you saw there, but when right before he killed himself, he Veiled and Lightning Bolt the Slardar. Half of his HP in one bolt.
Gone.
It was insane, actually.
That is a decent chunk of damage. The unfortunate thing is that he didn't get a kill with that Bloodstone before he died. So he's back down to, he's actually down to 6 charges, which is, you really, going down below 8 is tough. Especially with, like, when you buy that item, you expect to be up, but we'll hold that thought as Eden's going to get jumped on and probably is dead. Yep, they throw up the finger, Misko. Killing with great prejudice. They'll back away. And nicely done. That's
got his blink down. So he's got his blink after having the Midas. So those extra kills he just got really helped him. Got one kill onto the well, just now the Night Stalker, and then of course the Juggernaut earlier. So.
Uh-oh, Van, buddy, we need you back in the game. Not today. They're losing their carry player currently. That's unfortunate. But hopefully it's just it's an item bug. Okay, so he just has to reconnect because of an item bug. So he'll be back in just a moment. Not bad. So far, I mean, we started off with what was a very clowny first game, and then obviously the second game is kind of a return to form in the first couple of minutes. But since then, teams have tightened up a little bit. We haven't seen anything too crazy. A couple of trades here and there. Nobody taking any real Tier 2 towers. The Tier 1 tower top is still available for the Radiant team. So there's a lot still on the plate for both squads. And it's going to take a while before we, I think, see, who's going to be getting the victory. It's going to take maybe a couple minutes, another Roshan, a couple of towers. It's going to be a while, I think.
I think Zeus is going to be the biggest factor here for Summer's Rift. Or, like, he already has been. Just everything about the hero, which is why we've seen him be so popular lately. The immense amount of damage. The biggest thing, too, is that with a team like Not Today, who's so focused on having their blink initiations be effective, 3 different heroes now, with the line picking up his, that if you get a timely... like, say one hero blinks in and the other 2 are kind of straggling behind and waiting, as they should be. You want to, like, not use everything on one hero and then get countered on. I mean, you can easily disrupt their blink coordinations with the with to be able to cancel it with that Zeus ulti. I think he's going to be the biggest factor in the Summer's Rift. If they can bounce back, well, they've actually already bounced back. It's a matter of can they take the game now.
This is I just don't know, man. I honestly, this could go either way. That's how I feel. Summer's Rift could easily they could close out the series right here, but Not Today are still in a prime position, and anything can happen when you have a sniper. That's the thing, and he is going to be going for that BKB. I can't really see what the next play is. I think it's going to be Roshan, and maybe there's a big fight, because I think if you're Summer's Rift, you could contest this now, despite them having the amplified damage. I definitely think, even with BKBs as well on both sides, you could contest this. It's going to come down to positioning, maybe a gank beforehand, maybe an adaptive strike here or there, something. They need something.
If the lanes are pushed out, it will be a little bit difficult for Summer's Rift, because you have a lot of things that are going to be... They're really trying to kill this replicate. They should know it's a replicate, but actually the replicate in from Stinger.
Van was nearby as well. He actually gets veiled up and maybe just pops the BKB. Demon should be the fodder here, and they will get that first kill. I think Omnislash is going through, almost gets Ifrit. The Zeus ult from Brax gets the double kill. That's a big start to this fight. The double edge, the stop coming out. They get Mizco. Van in trouble as well. Smash forced to split. Banana Slam Gemma, no mana for actually a Manta Style or a Blade Fury. He's already used his Omnislash, and he'll just try to man up here against, look at the damage he's pumping out. The Fire Spirit's already dead. The Storm Spirit's running away. Fisher trying to block the Earth Spirit, but it will get out just fine, and he'll blink away. But that's huge. And Roche respawns right as that fight is happening. That's what I'm talking about. That fight for Summer's Rift transitioning into Roshan, getting an Aegis, and then on top of that, getting so much gold for both Brax and for Juggernaut BSJ.
The problem is not kind of split themselves up right there. They really focused in on Demon, put a lot of hate, double BKB, double Blink initiated onto him, but then they were kind of straggling with the sniper behind, and then that was a really good opportunity for Banana Slam Gemma to get that nice Omni Slash off. Didn't take him down, but got him low enough both so that the Zeus could get the double kill. And then a regen rune to boot here, as actually Bugatti takes that one. Big fight there for Summer's Rift. I imagine they'd have a huge lead after results.
Yeah, 3,000 in net worth. That swing is pretty big. And I think if we see this game go to Summer's Rift, this is probably the point where everything changed. Mizco's going to get caught out. Oh, that veil damage. That Fisher coming through with the lightning bolt. He dies instantaneously. Demon is going to get focused out, but on the other side, so is Ifrit. Ifrit, the bigger target. They don't care about Demon on the side of Summer's Rift. And Ifrit survives, but only for a moment longer. And Demon actually makes it out. And despite 3 of them focusing him, they can't kill him, or they refuse not to bring him down. Stinger actually adaptive strikes across the river. Demon is looking for him. He's on the hunt. The Zeus ult will give them vision. There's the waveform into the trees. He's going to try to TP out. He should make it. And the Fisher is going to be a bit too late to the party from Whitebeard. But again, another trade. It's like you were talking about before. Not Today focusing on Demon, focusing on a hero that maybe isn't worth it. And they secure a big kill onto Ifrit on that sniper with Banana Slam Jamma.
He's going to spin and attack the tower. He has his team behind him. And Van really wants to maybe go here, but they've completely lost their edge on this game. Completely lost their grasp, and they don't have any item progression coming out for the sniper. Even with the BKB, his damage is not that impressive. It is somewhat okay with the Slardar as long as he gets his amps off, but he's just dying so fast to the Zeus. I've talked before on cast, when you pick the sniper, one of the best counters to him is the Spectre and the Zeus. The Zeus is a little bit easier to fit into a lineup, which is why we see it a little bit more, and Brax has been so effective with that. Just I mean, I've outlined already all the reasons why, but
yes,
we're seeing it now.
I think the one thing I've really liked about this patch, and say what you will about 6.3 Sniper and Troll, is that as much as Troll might be, impossible to deal with, Sniper, teams have innovated ways to deal with this hero. Like you talked about Spectre, obviously, a hero that nobody played before really this patch. I mean, he was picked occasionally, obviously 6.82 when the rubber band mechanics were at their finest. He was a big hero, but this patch he's not really been touched. He's looked really good. Same for the Zeus. Smash is gonna get silenced up. Demon was behind enemy lines, or somebody was. I think I don't know who it was, but he TP'd out just fine. Well, it's now what was a pretty much even game about 15 minutes ago, is now 10,000 experience lead for Summer's Rift, as well as a 7,500 net worth lead. And it's only gonna get worse unless Not Today can find some way to stop the bleeding.
I think it's a little late now, but I think that their choice of initiations has been rather suspect on Not, and I think it's the reason why they've kind of fell behind. Like, if you ask Demon right now, who has got a pretty bad score of 6 and 9, I'm sure he's totally happy and being like, dude, they're just going on me all the time, which is what's happening. Like, they're just kind of focusing on this Night Stalker who's really the least of your concern. It needs to be the Zeus and the Juggernaut. It's like I said, it's going to be really difficult now to bounce back now that they have a very big lead on the side of Summer's Rift. And the thing about Summer's Rift too is their heroes are like a little bit easier to execute. They press the R button on the Centaur, run around. They press the ulti on Zeus. They have vision of everybody, cancel blinks. You press the ultimate on Jug and he just does his thing. Whereas not have to focus a lot more of their spells onto like certain targets. It's not as easy.
It's more team play oriented for sure, I think, for not today. Because you have to say, oh, I'm adaptive striking him, I'm earth spiking him, I'm jumping him. I mean, the same is said for Summer's Rift with a couple of their heroes, but like you mentioned, it's just the R button presses is a lot easier. I will say this, they do have the Drunken Haze. Banana Slam gave a Haze Aegis. He's got a Blade Fury. Pops the Mom, wants to put a lot of pressure on the tier 3 tower. Doesn't do too much damage. They'll back away. They don't want to commit too hard, and I think that's fair. They'll TP out. It clearly doesn't feel like the time for Summer's Rift yet. If they throw a fight here, maybe they end up throwing the game. So they'll back up smartly. They'll get away. Not today are looking to try to find anybody off the back end of that. He's going to make a point, but now I can't really remember what the point was that I was making. Oh, I guess when you're going on Demon, like, he's the hero you want to kill in the early stages of the game. He does a lot of damage. He's very frustrating. From 4 to, about 10 or 12 minutes, he does a lot of work. But now, he does nothing. DSJ's going to find out Stinger, and the waveform's going to go through. Van is about to fall. Pops the BKB just a bit too late. Stinger's going to go down as well, and suddenly, not today, they were in an okay position in their base, but out of the base, they're in trouble. Smash might have to actually use that split. He does pop the BKB. Zeus ult comes out. The Echo Slam. Will he get the split off? No! Brax gets the double kill with the Arc Lightning. That fail damage was absurd. And of course, the damage from the Zeus ult and everything combined together. And what a big engagement from Hero. Whitebeard jumping in, getting the Fisher, the Echo Slam, and no buyback for Smash, despite having that split up. It might not matter. They might get a tier 3 and maybe a Rax. There's no glyph either.
A BKB on Sniper, but it feels like it just doesn't matter at all. Brax disconnects. Hopefully he's back soon, because honestly, he's had a phenomenal performance in this whole series. Not just this game. Obviously, the last game he went, what, like 22-2 or something like that?
26.
26-2. Really carrying, honestly. Nicely played from Brax. Nicely drafted, too. I like the... Oh, actually, you know what? To be honest, this draft was really weird from them, because they have a quad melee hero, or a quad melee draft. And we saw the effects of that. Like, Nod had a really nice laning stage.
Yes.
Smashed it really well in bottom, probably a lot better than he should have, but quite honestly, what do you expect? You have a Jug Earthshaker lane. It's not really the best.
No.
But I still think this goes back to some kind of weird engagements here from Not, and some slow farming coming out, honestly, from Sniper. He's just picked up his second item, so...
They've done a nice job of shutting him down. And fights that he really shouldn't die, he has died. And that's the biggest issue, I think, for Ifrit. Going back to what you were talking about with the melee lanes, it felt like Smash was going to take over this game. I'm not sure if you felt that way. But when Smash had that lane bottom, and before he died to that Fisher block, I thought for sure that this game was going to be his. And from that point, after that Fisher block and that death, that might have just like lost him any snowball potential that he had. And for me, that was huge. That was a big part of the game. I'm not sure if you feel the same way.
Well, the one good thing about Summer's Rift is the draft kind of works well against Panda in the sense that when he goes in and splits, there's not a real good target outside of the Zeus to go on. Maybe the Earthshaker, but the rest of them are too tanky. They can... I mean, one of the old classic combos that I just kind of put together in my mind right now is the Centaur against Panda. You press the Stampede, and then they all kind of run away from the Panda if he's not quick enough with his fingers. And then, of course, the spin, with the Juggernaut, you just spin and run away. The only target, really, is the Zeus, but maybe you could argue that Smash could have put more focus on the Zeus as soon as he got the Blink. I don't know, there were a bunch of other things going on, but... we didn't talk about it too much, and I know he got his Blink eventually, but I do think that the Midas on the Lion had something to do with it. I mean, he could have picked up his Blink at a very nice early timing. That Midas delayed him in, what, like 6 minutes or something like that? Could have been a difference maker, too, and to be honest, the last 3 times I've seen Lion die, his ulti hasn't been cast either, so he's not been able to get off these spells. Again, at this point, it is very difficult because of the Zeus, but yeah, I think that Summer's Rift have definitely outplayed Not. Or maybe not just outplayed themselves.
Yeah, I think that might have been it. I think the item decision coming out from... You talked about this, the line picking up the Midas instead of the Blink Dagger. Their power curve, their strongest point in the game felt like when he was about to get that Blink Dagger, right at that point, like you talked about during the game, there were so many chances for him to initiate, to jump in with the Blink Dagger, with everybody having that Blink. And then maybe there's not so much of a concern as to, okay, we're just going on Demon. They can Blink kind of with reckless abandon, sort of. But instead of that, a couple of kills are missed. He did get a couple kills with the Midas, which actually kind of helped out. But maybe if he had the blink earlier, fights go way more in their favor. Regardless, it's tough to just pinpoint one particular spot in this game where... And it's not even like Not Today have lost yet. I'm kind of giving them this post-mortem, but they're not out yet. I don't want to say, it's improbable. They might lose a Rax here. They might lose a Tier 3. But again, you can't really count on a sniper. And, of course, Brax being DC'd is a pretty big issue. As you can see, we are on the AFK screen. But as soon as we do have Brax back into the game, we will reconnect. We'll get back in. And according to Whitebeard, he said he'll be back in just a couple of moments. So we'll wait a bit longer. Again, thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Summit. My name is Maut. With me is Tralf. As always, we have this North American qualifier. And it's looking like the semifinals. They're looking in favor of Summer's Rift. Not today, trying to get it even, head to that Game 3. It's a tough task, though. They are down currently 15,000 net worth, 15,000 experience. That is a significant amount of gold and XP. But winner of this, like I said, moves on to face up against Team Tinker. Now, the one thing is I don't know if it's a best of 3 or a best of 5, so that is something I will have to check up on. I think it's a best of 5, but I might be wrong. I'll look through it, but... Brax is reconnected, and it looks like we might be ready to go here soon, Tralf.
Okay, good. But yeah, I don't know how Not gets back into this, just with the amount of farm that everyone has on Summer's Rift, namely the 2 big cores, the Zeus and the Jug. And the way that the game was shaping up, I thought it was going to be imperative that Jug picked up the BKB, but then, I mean, back when he had Shred's Mask of Madness, this is when all this crap happened. This was before he had Scotty and this Manta, but it's come to a point now where he probably doesn't even need the BKB. Because even if these really annoying but effective Morphling stunts come out, like I don't know if the follow-up's going to be really there because of the Zeus ult, the defensive fissures. So where once it was, I thought imperative that he gets the BKB, now it's really not necessary just because of how far ahead they are.
They seem pretty far ahead. I mean, the Scotty, I was going to mention this earlier, but yeah, I don't think they can bring him down. Assassin is going to go. It's a bit too late. Tier 3 is going to get taken down. The Rex is now exposed, and Banana Slam Jam are going north. They're going to replicate him, and he's going to back away. So we are back into the game. I should mention that. And actually, they don't want to take too much from Summer's Rift. They're playing a bit passively here, but that's fair. They don't want to try to go in too hard. Smash will be back up at 5, and now I think if you're Summer's Rift, you back up altogether and farm the enemy jungle. You do have an Aghanim Scepter for Demon. Wait for nighttime, which is still pretty far away. He does have darkness, however. And maybe wait for another Roshan. He just lost the Aegis, so it's going to be a while. Oh, they're going to jump in. Nisco's going for it all, but he's going to take so much damage from that Veil. There's going to be the Fisher on his Stinger. He's going to get silenced if he's trying to Strength Morph. There's going to be a Slithering Crush, but it's only on to Brax. The Blade Fury going as well. BKB from Van. They get Stinger finally. Brax is going to get assassinated, but he's only down for 14 seconds. He does have his Zeus ult. He'll be back up in just a moment here. Bugatti now in trouble. Finally, Not today. Taking a fight, it looks like BSJ. He's got Omni Slash. He's going to use it. BKB popped. There's the Omni going through the Fisher. They blow up 1. They're going to blow up 2. Ifrit's going to be the 3rd. It's going to be all 5 down in Summer's Rift. With that Zeus ult, with BSJ holding on to that Omni Slash. This should be at least Rex, if not game. Well played from that fight from Summer's Rift.
Yeah, and the respawn timer there for Zeus when he died because he had so many Bloodstone charges was like 15 seconds, something minimal like that. Spams the ulti for the kill secure right when he respawns. And a nice ulti there from the Juggernaut to hit 2 heroes separately. And really separate his damage nicely. Going for a Butterfly next, and this could be the nail on the coffin here with 2 sets of racks going down. Sniper could buy back, but he's got no BKB. His respawn timer actually aligns perfectly with his BKB, so he's probably going to wait that out, but that's going to be 4 racks down, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Tier 3 already mid lane is about to fall, and I imagine Not today will play to their last breath. This is the last game for them, and they're going to be out if they do go down here, and it's looking like that might be the case. Middle melee racks has now been secured. BSJ is about to bring this range racks down as well, and I think they back up. They're happy with what they get. They don't need to push the pace any further. They don't need to go for Tier 4s. They don't need to go... Well, first of all, they can't get the bottom Tier 3 because the Tier 2 is still alive. But for Not today, I imagine they defend with their last gasp and they try to maybe contest this next Roshan. But another team fight that's won by Summer's Rift is going to be the game, 100%.
And I love getting Butterfly on Jug when you already have Manta because if you saw right there, when you buy all these stat items, your illusions really benefit from them. Like, if you just watch his illusions, how much damage he did just alone to that Rex, it killed him from half to nothing. And then with the butterfly having all that extra agility, it means his illusions are going to be really strong. They could easily support or solo down like this lion if he doesn't use the Hex plus mana burn. Brax is DCing out. Brax, no!
The problem with this is that for Brax is that if they do win this series, they'll have to play a series today. So you have to hope that this isn't what we think it is. But well, I don't know, man.
The thing that shall not be named.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it because I don't want to encourage it, and I don't want more people to know about it. I mean, it's pretty common. I think everybody understands what it is for the most part, but there might be that odd individual that doesn't know what we're talking about, and I think that's fine. That's good. Anyways, let's get off Dota for a second. I do want to say this. I played GTA 5 online for the first time last night with Dakota, or Kyle Guy, for those of you that know him. We had a blast. That game is so damn fun. I love Dota, and I love playing, and I love winning, but it's just a nice stress-free break from the grind that is ranked occasionally, or getting upset at a game, maybe even with your friends, having Charles yell at you when you're playing, and you're not doing the best that you possibly can, and Charlie's just
having Charles yell at you when you're not playing.
Yeah, I mean, that too. Having Charlie yell at you in general, it's not fun about Dota. I love you, Charlie.
I played Baldur's Gate yesterday. Have you ever played that?
No, I played games like it. But okay. I saw you tweet about that. I was actually gonna watch, but I think you were doing it like super late or something, or maybe I was playing GTA.
I actually never ended up streaming, but
did you play the first one?
You know, I was debating. I downloaded the second one, but because I actually never played the second one. Well, I played parts of the second one, but I never played it all the way through. The first one I'm so reminiscent of it. Like it's cool to hear all that old. That's the biggest thing, as you were mentioning to me. It's like hearing all the old music.
Yeah, nostalgia.
You know, from games that you really liked, really brings back like the fun of it all.
Right.
And that's what did it for me for Baldur's Gate. I watched someone play it on stream, like, oh, dude, I remember that music.
Yeah. That gets me so often. Just like seeing an old game either being speedrun or an old game that like I barely played or I played a little bit of, and I'm like, man, I actually love this game a lot. I just never really finished it. That's really important for me, and like Super Metroid and why I play that. But I played a couple of games like Baldur's Gate. I think Icewind Dale, which not many people know what that is, but it's in the same. I think it's in the Forgotten Realms area of that lore. We're kind of getting into D&D territory for those of you that are nerdy enough to understand that, but.
Oh, they run their mechanics off D&D, don't they?
Yep, it's a D20 system. It's all D&D based, yeah. Forgotten Realms inherently, when it came out, it's a campaign setting. It's literally a world for D&D that was created for D&D. So.
But yeah, it looks like finally Brax is back. And what's his item progression now too? I know he bought Boots of Travel last time he died. He's got 4,700, so the shop is his oyster. As he could go for an Ags, which I think would be good. Refresher is actually probably the best.
He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that Forcer Yules. You know, those are kind of early game items, and at this point, I don't think he really needs that. I think Ags is maybe the way to go. Refresher's probably fine too, but
Force is actually one of those items that's really good, even better as you get later, just because the initiations are more important later. But again, like I said, the shop is his oyster. He can buy anything he wants. It's at this point, it's all luxury. It's like Demon's like, hello, let's go. Finally, the unpause coming out.
Buy Midas Brax.
I think at this point, yeah, Midas, there you go. I think at this point, Refresher is good just for the ability to cancel blinks twice.
Yeah.
And really disrupt the fight.
Yeah, there's so much initiation from Not Today that anytime that you can get that double ult off and stop them from initiating, it's pretty huge. We've seen it before. I go back to an Asus Polar EG series in Dota Pit where Lil was playing Zeus and he was playing out of his mind, canceling Universe's initiations almost every time on the Batrider, that is not an easy feat. But right now, all that Not Today or Summer's Rift rather need to do is just take a kill or two and get into the base. That's exactly what they're going to do. Stinger, we'll see you later. Miss Code jumped in and got fissured for his good luck. That is 2 kills. The ownage call from the announcer. Effigies are falling left and right. Brax disconnects again. And I'm just not going to the AFK screen. I'm just going to leave it on here.
They should just micro him. I think they're totally fine doing so.
They
press the ult and then run at the heroes.
Because I guess really the only thing you need to do if you're Demon is maybe silence. Other than that, I think Demon can micro him. I'm not sure if he will though.
Demon should just right-click his hero onto their heroes for extra vision. Yeah, they're just gonna
they're gonna micro him. And
Zeus ult and then go.
Yeah, like all you need to do R button twice. Well, not twice. He doesn't have the refresher. He's building it, but Van's gonna jump in. There's the Zeus ult coming out, and now Van's gonna get Omni Slash. Nice Ghost Scepter actually. Fisher's gonna connect, but he's still gonna fall. It looks like. And Ifrit as well as Smash the only survivor so far. No buyback for Van available. And it looks like this tier 4 is going to go down. Not today. They have the advantage in numbers, but they do not have the advantage in gold. They do not have the advantage currently in the series. Smash will BKB. He'll jump in onto Brax, or whoever's controlling Brax.
Speed Brax.
Speed Brax. He's just going to walk into the trees. He's trying to get there. Boulder toss. Brax might come back, and he'll have a couple less Bloodstone charges. But in the end, they still have the glyph, mind you. Echo Slam going to come through onto Ifrit as well as, of course, I think Smash. No. It looks like Ifrit is going to fall. Stinger jumping and looking for an adaptive strike. But it is going to be the Ancient falling, and it will be Summer's Rift's victory here. They're going to head to the Grand Finals to play up against Team Tinker, and I believe a best-of-3 series. Not today, played well. Of course, going down 2-0, not looking great in MLG, and coming home and not having that great of a series here. But Summer's Rift, despite some quirky gameplay in the first and second game from both teams, honestly, Summer's Rift are able to take the victory in what should have been a bit shorter of a game because of these pauses.
Yeah, I think Brax actually played really, really well this series. I was really impressed with him. And outside of that, I just think that Not Today did not look. Again, I'm not trying to make any kind of pun, but did not look that clean and crisp at all. Maybe they're just kind of coming back from an unsettling defeat there at MLG, but they looked questionable, and they made some really weird decisions. I actually really liked their drafts, honestly, in both games. They had a great start in Game 2, with Smash off to an early lead with that first blood onto the Earthshaker. But then, once the mid-game happened, they were kind of jumping the gun a little bit before they got their BKBs, and then just weird initiations onto not the optimal heroes. And as a result, Summer's Rift just took off to the races.
Yeah, and after a couple of missed engagements, botched engagements from Not Today, that the game was in hand, like you mentioned, on Summer's Rift. And with that means that they will be going to the Grand Finals. Very big series for Summer's Rift. They hopefully will get Brax all sorted out, because we do have about an hour before the Grand Finals for the iLeague North American Qualifier. And as always, I'm Maut, joining you today with Tralf, of course. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, @MautDota, @TralfDota. At least for Not Today, we will see them at the Summit. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing them, talking with them again, and seeing their new roster go up against some of the juggernauts in the scene, which should be a lot of fun. The redemption vote's still going on. Obviously, you guys should be checking that out. Phase 2 is now underway. I think it's between Alliance, Na'Vi, as well as Invictus Gaming. And somebody pointed this out. It's all the TI winners with the exception of Newbie. Newbie was the last in voting, by the way, for the redemption vote, which isn't super surprising considering their recent woes and their roster changes. But looking forward to seeing who's going to be grabbing that last slot to head to the Summit. But more importantly, like I talked about already, it is going to be who will take this victory in this upcoming series. A lot of people probably put the favorites as Team Tinker, but do not count Summer's Rift out. Banana Slam, Gemma, and Brax looking so solid. Even Miracle Chipmunk Bugatti looking real good. Demon having some struggles, but I think they should be in a pretty good series, man.
Yeah, I should say that too. Like, I was really impressed with Brax, but also just because his score and just the nature of the hero and the nature of the games. But I thought Bugatti was really on point as well. With his Batrider play, he canceled a ton of TPs in weird situations and in weird parts of the map last game. So if you didn't check that out, you should check that out. But this game, really nice Centaur ultis, right on point with that. So nicely played from him as well.
Yeah, this is it's been quite the series for Summer's Rift, and in more ways than one. But guys, if you enjoyed the cast, like I said, follow us. I already mentioned our Twitters, @Maut, @Tralf. Leave any feedback, comments, criticisms, concerns, shoutouts if you want in chat on Twitter. And we'll take about a 55-ish minute break. Hopefully everything's sorted out by then. But at that point, we will see you for the next series. I believe it's a best-of-3 series. We'll see you for Summer's Rift versus Team Tinker in just a little while, guys. Stick around. We'll be back soon.